Here we go. Everybody will have a barrel of fun. Are you having a... Hold on. Pipe down there, beer barrel polka. Are you having a barrel of fun right now? Are ya? I sure am. Not. This is my hat from Germany. I got a lot of German blood in me. In fact, I'll show you up here. I think maybe by the time we're done this semester, you're going to know every little nook and cranny of my house. There's, let's see if I can do this. Up there is, I don't know if you can see it, but my great-grandpa's up there somewhere. He's the fat guy on the left, like third from the left. He helped start the first brewery in West Virginia. So that's pretty cool. His name was Frederick, too, Frederick Billman. And I got this hat in Germany when I went over there with my wife right after we got married. Have I told you my German story? My Florence story? I forget all the stories. I have lots of stories. Hey, good to see you. I tried to start recording this video about 4 hours ago. I was working with a program called, what's it called? OBS. I don't know what the name of it is, but you can share your screen and while you're recording. And I worked on that a long time, and it just was not figuring it out. I'm not good at it. So if you know how to do the whole screen sharing thing, you can teach an old guy like me. I would appreciate it. But that was the program that I saw that got the best reviews, and it was free. Big fan of free, but it didn't work out. So we're just gonna have to do this by you going through a Word document with me. So if you can open up the Show Don't Tell Word document, and we're going to go through this. This would have been what we would have done on Wednesday, and it's a lot more fun of a presentation, I swear it is, live in person than it is on video. I've had to adjust this and get rid of things and all the, I don't know, it's really frustrating that we aren't together and we can't do this. But anyway, here we go. We're going to get through this together, though. So thanks for hanging in there as I adjust and as you have to adjust. And life ain't what happens to you. It's how you react to what happens to you. So we'll make the best of it. And my hope is by the end of the semester, you're still happy with how things went. So here we go. We're going to talk about parts of speech today and the adverb because eventually we're going to get to turn you into the greatest writer you've ever been. And it's actually a pretty simple way to do it, to transform from okay writer to as good as it gets. So that's the lesson today, making you the greatest writer you've ever been. Well, let's first, before we get there, we're going to talk about a couple things. And the first one is the adverb and the life that it has. Isn't that fun font? All the different little colors. The things I do for you people. I don't know if you know too much about parts of speech. Maybe you slept through that lesson in grade school or in junior high or high school. Don't blame you. But look at what the adverb can do. It has different jobs. So the first thing it can do is it can modify verbs. If you look at your Word document, the runner ran quickly. And I think most of you know that quickly is the adverb. Adverbs usually end in ly, not always. But quickly is modifying ran. It's describing how the runner ran. So an adverb can do that. It also can modify other adverbs. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll see the runner ran really quickly. So now we have quickly still modifying the verb ran. The runner ran quickly. How did the runner run? But now we have an adverb modifying quickly. How quickly did the runner run? Really. And only an adverb can modify another adverb. So the runner can't run real quickly. Real is an adjective, like this pencil is real, or this German hat is real. So you can't say somebody ran real quickly, or someone is real fast, or real tall, or real thin, or it's real hot. Those all have to be really because they are adverbs that either modify other adverbs, or if you scroll down, the third job, that adverbs modify adjectives. So the runner was fast. Fast is now an adjective describing the runner, and really is describing how fast the runner is. So nobody can be real fast, real tall, real cute, real slow, real short, real smart. They're always really or very. Can help you too. So if you can replace real with very, then you know it needs to be really. All right. So anyway, so three different jobs for adverbs, and then if you keep scrolling down in red font, you see that adverbs can move around in a sentence. You see the runner ran quickly. Now here's where we would be having fun in class, because I'd have each of you come to the front of the room and you would each be one of the words, and we would get to push around the adverb person to different parts. Doesn't that sound like fun? Doesn't it? Maybe if you're back home and you got little brothers and sisters, maybe you can give them words and shove them around a little bit, and you can say, "But mom, it's for school." Uh, anyway, if you look at quickly, that adverb there, the runner ran quickly, we can take that word quickly. It doesn't have to stay there. It has the ability to move. So where could you move it and the sentence will stay the same? Pause me for a second and see two places where you could move quickly and the sentence would still work. All right, well, if you didn't pause me, do it, but I'm going to keep going because I don't need to pause. You could put it at the beginning of the sentence, quickly, comma, the runner ran. Or you could put it uh, in between runner and ran. The runner quickly ran, or you could keep it where it is. Three different places where that adverb can go, and you can move it based on how you want readers to read. You have this power where you maybe want them to know right away how the runner ran, and so you can stick it at the front. Or you want to embed it in the middle because you want the verb to be the last thing that they read, and so you can put it there, or you can put it at the end of the sentence. So imagine being an adverb and you're going to work that day, right? So you wake up. Oh boy, you wake up and you get your lunch pail, you make your lunch and you stick it in your lunch pail and you're off to work. But where are you going to work today? I don't know. Maybe I'll be at the front of the sentence. Maybe I'll be in the middle. Maybe at the end. I don't know. It's going to be an exciting day. And what are you going to do that day? I don't know. Maybe I'll modify a verb. Maybe today's the day I get to modify another adverb. Or perhaps I can modify my friend the adjective. I don't know what I'm going to do. What an exciting life. Can you guess what part of speech I want to be when I die and come back as a part of speech? It's not the adverb. No, that's not. But we'll get to that one. We'll get to that one. The next thing is that you want to be careful with the adverb only. So type this sentence for me on that document that you've opened up. I only want to be with you. Type that out. I only want to be with you. Now, that adverb only is right before the verb want. But there's a problem there. Because the problem is the adverb isn't next to the word it's actually modifying. And so it's changing the meaning of the sentence, or people can read it a different way. I only want to be with you. What are you really trying to say? What you're really trying to say is you are the only person for me. There's no one else on the planet that I'd rather spend my time with. But other people could read that differently. I only want to be with you. In other words, you don't want anything else, which kind of sounds nice, except at some points, don't you want to sleep and maybe have a sandwich, maybe have a car to drive around? So that doesn't really quite work. You do want other things. And then the worst part of the way that you could read this is, I only want to be with you. In other words, there ain't nobody else who wants to spend any time with you. I'm the only one. I only want to be with you. In other words, you don't want me around, you're not getting anybody. So it's either me or nothing, babe. So that's the problem with that. Our friend Hootie from Hootie and the Blowfish, maybe you know that song. See, I'd be playing songs right now. We'd be listening to Hootie and the Blowfish. I only want to be with you. Instead, you have to listen to me sing part of it. But that's his lyric. That's what he sings. And so maybe Hootie is saying, you're the only person for me. I'm assuming that's what it is, but you never know. There's another song, I think from the 50s, called I Only Have Eyes for You. Another same sentiment that our dear friend Hootie would say. I'm looking only at you. But the problem is, you could read it as if he went to the store and they were out of everything. Fingers, toes, elbows. So sorry, honey, I only have eyes for you. That's all I get. So that's the big issue with the word only. That should be a bells and whistles word. Get that adverb next to the word you really want it to modify. And in that case, I want to be with you only, or with only you. That will take away any other type of meaning. The problem with adjectives, as you start to scroll down, is that the poor, lonely adjective has the same boring life all the time. Type a sentence right under that sentence where it says the poor, lonely adjective has the same boring life all the time. The skinny man went to the store. The skinny man went to the store. Now, skinny is an adjective, and it's describing man. Can you put skinny anywhere else? Skinny, the man, went to the store. That doesn't work. The man went to the store skinny. Nope, that doesn't work either. So adjectives are stuck. They can't go anywhere. And not only that, they have only one job ever, and that is to modify a noun. That's all they get to do. Oh, how awful. What a life. Imagine the pronoun and the adjective are living together. Sinful, I know. And they get up in the morning to go to work, and the adjective's all excited, and the adverb's all excited, and the adjective's all sad. You can see why. That would be a terrible, terrible life to be. So now you know, when I die and come back as a part of speech, you can guess what part of speech I want to be, right? You still don't know? Well, then keep scrolling down, and look at the number one rule in writing. So this is going to go on your list that we have started, where we're looking at it's not just what you say that matters, but how you say it. Remember that list? You're going to add to that today. You're going to put the lead is everything. That's number one. Avoid I think and I feel and my opinion. Number three was to be a better writer, read. Number four was to use purposeful paragraph and sentence structure. And now we're adding to this one. I think that's where we are in our numbers. I might be wrong with that. But this next one, which I will say is number five, is the number one rule in writing. Show, don't tell. Show, don't tell. You accomplish this through two ways. You accomplish this through details and then through a specific part of speech. We're going to talk about the details first and how much details matter. If you need to pause me to write in your notebook that next item on your list, then go ahead and do that and come back to me. All right, the number one rule in writing is show, don't tell, that details matter. So let's look at this sentence on your show, don't tell document. The parade was exciting. People were happy. Well, that's not very detailed. Can you picture in your mind what that parade looks like? Well, you probably can because you've been to a parade before or you've seen one on television. So you can probably start to picture what a parade would look like. Maybe even start to picture a specific type of parade, like a patriotic parade, for instance, and what people would be holding and what songs would be playing. And so when you start to do that, you realize what details you could add to describe a parade. Let's look at somebody who wrote about a patriotic parade. My